Hi everyone, and welcome back to Flight Sim 24. Today in this video, I'm going to show you how to start up the Heart Aerospace ES-30. And this is a really unique aircraft, and I noticed this in a video some time ago before Flight Sim 24 was released, and I thought this was really cool looking aircraft. Really interesting because it looks like an ATR-72, but it has 4 engines, 2 extra engines. But if you notice, if you look closely at these engines, you'll see the 2 interior engines here are different than the 2 outer engines. Okay, so the reason why is because it's 2 electric engines on the inside, and the outer are 2 fuel engines. Okay, so it makes it like kind of like a hybrid aircraft, electric or fuel, whatever. So, you know, it's really cool. And I flew the plane already, and I really like it. But there's some things I want to show you, and hopefully this will help others, you know, get the plane started up and going. Okay, so now let's go over here, and first thing you want to do, and I recommend doing this on all of the Flight Sim 24 aircraft, unless you just want to go in and do it on the EFB. It might can do it automatically somewhere like that, but I just do it like this. Do your walk-arounds, because you might not be able to get the plane started if you forget something, or you may not have your speed indicator showing when you get in the air if you forget to remove the pitot covers. Okay, all right, so first thing we're going to do when you get to this plane is remove these, okay, your static port covers, and remove the pitot covers. You can do this any order you want, but I would just do it right here, okay? And you can examine the nose strut. Now these here are not going to stop the plane from taking off or anything, but I will say that remove your chocks too. I will say that I was flying a Heart Aero 2, and I had a hard landing out somewhere in the wilderness. And I went to go take off again, and guess what? I could not move that aircraft. And you know why I couldn't move the aircraft? Because when I examined it, I saw my tire, one of my wheels, it said bad. You see how this says new, condition new, pressure new? It said bad. So I think that was stopping the plane from taking off. I didn't know Flight Sim 24 modeled that or even did anything with that, but it does, which is really cool. Okay, now what I'm going to show you right now is really important, because this is why I tried several times and could not get this aircraft started. So if you're having that problem, this might be what it is. Make sure you remove this engine cover. When you remove it here, it removes them on both. If you don't remove that, the plane will not start. So remember that. Make note of that. Okay, now let's just walk around here. Left aileron, examine, left flap, and let's see what else. Oh, we'll go check right here. All right, and do a full pre-flight. Main gear, left tires are good. Okay, now in here too, left brake examined, and then you also have your left strut. Left strut examined, and just kind of walk around here. These other ones are just like, you know, the doors, the baggage door, and things like that. You can open those. Okay, now the rudder, oh, it's flickering like that. Okay, and now the elevator. Okay, both of those are good. All right, let's walk around to the right side of the aircraft, and we will check the rest. Okay, so main gear tires, good. Right strut, good. Right brake, good. Right flap, and right aileron. Okay, so I believe that is everything, and let's see. I don't think there's anything on this side I need to do. Okay, it removes them on both. Some planes you remove them on one side, it may not remove them on the other side, but it did. Okay. So it's good. And isn't this plane a beauty? I mean, look at it. Really cool. Okay, now you can just press Shift C and board, but I'm going to go ahead and do it like this. We're going to open the door, and we get aboard. Okay, first thing I want to show you is, I don't know if I mentioned already that this is Locka Executive in Miami, Florida, this airport. And this is a medium parking spot right here. But anyway, so let me show you now here. The EFB is an asset in this plane because you could do your flight plan and stuff. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a separate video on the flight plan and on how, you know, to set up a flight plan with this plane, which is very similar to a lot of other aircraft using EFB. Okay, and let's go to checklist. That's what you want to do, checklist. Okay, and then if you notice right here, all of these external pre-flight inspection external. Okay, I've done all of these. Just walk around the aircraft and get those points, examine those points, and here is the engine air intake. And this is what I've been forgetting because you know what? I didn't come and do my checklist. Okay, so those are done. You can just check these off. If you do it from the outside, you know, and you want to, you can. And I'm just going to check them all off. All right. Okay, those are checked off. Preliminary pre-flight. Okay, now I'm just going to follow this in order. It doesn't take long to do, and you will see what I mean. Low voltage batteries, first thing on. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this because I never binded my reset position key yet, so I'm just going to kind of keep doing that after I go back. All right, so that's good, both on. Emergency exit lights, okay. Armed, these need to be armed. And then you check this, okay. Strobe lights, probe heating. Okay, strobe lights are off. I know they are off. Okay, probe heating on. Okay, so that's going to be these right here. All right, now, okay, see the light, it says off. Light must be off. So when you notice, it says that here. The light, even though it's on, but the light says off on it. But that's how it's supposed to operate. Okay, window heating as required. Anti-ice. Hydraulic pumps check both off. Fuel pumps check both off. Okay, all of this is off by default. Okay, it should be anyway, unless you landed and then, you know, change things. So if you landed and messed around with it and did a flight and you take it off again, you might want to go through those things. Batteries, load all. Batteries are good. My fuel quantity is good. Altimeter. Okay, so this will do it for the preliminary pre-flight. Now the regular pre-flight. Landing gears down. Power levers. All right, levers on ground idle, which is where you want them. Okay, and see it says check on ground idle. Turbine engine condition levers. Checking to make sure they both shut off, which they are. By default, they are. Okay. All right. Now, hydraulic pumps. Now, once these on, okay, so let's put these on. All right. Parking brake, it is set. The parking brake is right over here, and you can see that's set right there. All right. And yaw dampener, that's right over here. Yaw dampener on. Okay. So there you go. So that's the pre-flight. Now starting engines, pretty easy. Okay, first strobe beacon nav, get them on. Okay, and you can check off all of these. 1, 2, 3. High voltage batteries. This is important. Now this all these 6 have to be on. These 6 high voltage batteries. You put them on. Okay, and come over here. And now engine master 2 on and guarded. Engine master 3 on and guarded. Okay, so we're going to do, I'm going to show you where that's at right down here. Here's the 2 switches, okay? This is for the electrical engines 2 and 3, the interior engines, okay? Start. And now we'll go outside and you will see these engines spooling up. Now before, when I wasn't taking off the cover, it wasn't allowing these to start, okay? Not even these, even though these don't use a cover, but it doesn't allow it to start at all because the plane operates without 4 of these engines. It'll taxi with these 2 engines here, engines 2 and 3. Engines 1 and 4, the outer engines here, it will engage and those will start when you get ready to take off. Okay, so you can see now we have a good start on both of the electric engines here. Okay, and spooled up well. Okay, so you would check these off. Okay, and now what I'm going to show you now, after starting engines, okay, check all lights off. Okay, probe heating, and it wants these lights. It just says the lights off, so I think it needs to be on though. Okay, so that's that. And let's see. Oh, let me reset this again because it's got me in like a little bit positioned down so you can see the buttons. Alright, so after starting engines, air conditioning, you might want your passengers to have some AC going. Okay, we'll check that. Alright. Out here in Florida, it's probably pretty hot right now, even though it's December. Before taxi, it's just, you know, your flaps, taxi and takeoff light on. Okay, so parking brake disengage. So this is just basic things like your taxi and takeoff lights are one switch right here. It's both. Okay, so you put those on, and flaps set for takeoff. And I've been using 15-degree flaps, but it's just a little bit different. Parking brake disengage. Okay, now what I want to show now, I'm not going to fly around in this video. I'm going to save it for another one because I don't want the video to get too long because you're probably here trying to figure out how to get the plane started. So that's how you start this plane. Now, let me show you here. You do have to be careful with a couple of things. All right, let's take off the parking brake, and let me show you here. I'm gonna taxi this plane. Okay. Now, you don't need the outer engines to taxi. You just leave it as is, and you got to be careful because what happens if you go too much on your throttle, it will let's see. That's what I mean. Okay. Yeah, be careful because it'll take off pretty quickly. All right, so you can see it's taxiing just fine now. If you notice, I can't turn my nose wheel. I'm going to show you why. The reason why is because you want to take your gust lock, and oh no, it is unlocked. Okay, so it is. All right. Oh yeah, there it goes. It's turning. I just thought it was. I thought by default it wasn't. Okay, so yeah, it taxis pretty good. Okay. And all that's needed is these two engines. You see the nose wheel turning right here? Okay. Alright, now let me show you something else here. Let's put this parking brake on so the plane won't get too far away from me. And it does have a reverse. You can see reverse right here, so when you land you can put those reverses on. It'll help it stop. Okay, so let me show you now. Okay, let's go here and reset position. Okay, this is important. Okay, in flight, you want to don't skip this. It's a short checklist and it's important. Before takeoff, okay, you want to make sure you go through these. They're pretty quick to go through. This is what it shows you how to start your engines 1 and 4, your two outer engines. It's a little different because those are fuel engines. They're not electric engines. Okay, so you're gonna definitely want to follow this checklist. It'll show you before takeoff and then on takeoff. Okay, so assume, just say if we're in position right now. Okay, we call the tower, we're on the taxiway, about to take off. Okay, fuel pumps both on. Okay, so you'd want to get these on. All right, and then your fuel pumps are on. Okay, so you'll check that. Air condition packs. I'm not sure what the packs are. Oh, these are the packs. So it's saying off. Pack 1, pack 2. So I guess you'd put those off when you take it off. Okay. And engine starter mode. Okay, now right here it says start A and B. That's down here. That's for the two outer engines, and it isn't start A and B. Okay, so you will check that off. And engine starter 4 on. Engine starter 4 condition level on auto. Okay, so what you do is you come down here. You can press this once. Okay, and then you're gonna check right here to make sure this fuel is on auto. And notice my engine is spooling up right now. You see? So you would think you'd change this to auto first, but it wants you to do this first. So that's number 4 engine. Okay, so it wants you to do press the button first. Okay, Okay, now let's do number one. We'll do right here, number one. Okay, go down here and let's do number one. Okay, we're gonna push this button on and then get number one going. Okay, so this is like I'm a hold short position. Okay, and I'm getting these two engines going. You're not going to do this right now when you're taxiing. You wait till you get to, you know, hold short, and then you can go ahead and get your engine started right before you get to hold short. So now you can see I got all four engines running, both electric and both fuel engines. Okay, so now those are running. So your starter mode right here, you're going to put this on off. It's going to be straight up right here. Okay, off, starting the board. Okay, so now that right there is on off. Now your landing lights, okay, are on. Okay, this is what you want to do when you're taking off. All right, so that would be it, and you would kind of be close to ready for taking off. That's before takeoff, and then you disengage your parking brake, your power levels, max power all the way. Okay, you get your speed up, V1, VR rotation speed. And you just the rest landing gear, and then once you climb, you'll see the rest of it down here. So once you take off, you can just go through all of these things right here, okay? And then it does have post light when you after you landing. You know what you want to do there to shut things down. It's pretty easy, and all of it works. Now that's basically how to get this aircraft started. If you follow that, just like I showed you right here, you'll be able to start it perfectly every single time. Okay, and I do plan on doing another video with this aircraft. I'm going to show you the flight planning and things like that. And there is an issue with the plane, but it's kind of minor. But you know, it does, you know, it might affect your little flight plan or whatever. You know, and what that is I found the Garmin. I can't get it to zoom in and out. Okay, it's on. It starts at like 2. I mean, really close up. Like I think 4 nautical miles or 2.5 or something. So when you use the EFB, it will. That's really all you need. You know, I mean, your Garmin can be used as a reference, but you just can't. I notice I can't zoom it in and out. And there is some of the buttons that on the Garmin that don't seem to be functional, like the touch buttons, and I'll show you that in the next video. Okay, so I should mention, just make sure you have your points on. You see how I turned them off there? Make sure you have these on when you do your walk around so you don't forget anything. You know, like I had it on there, but make sure you do have it on. You know. Okay, I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please smash that like button and drop a comment below and let me know what you think of this airplane. Have you flown it yet? Because you know, I'm having fun with this one. It's a nice plane, I can tell you, you know. Now, it is a little bit tricky on takeoff because you do have to watch it. If there's any kind of crosswind, if you notice right here, let's hop off this plane. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. Without getting too close because we want to have a head, okay? Let's go behind this beast, all right? Let me show you what I'm getting at here, okay? Might be a little bit windy back. But anyway, notice how the gear here, the rear wheels, look how close they are together. So you know what, when you're taking off in crosswind, this plane has a tendency to want to lean, so make sure you keep your ailerons and keep your plane level, because it'll lean and flip over on you. I've had it happen before, so just make sure you watch that, set your flaps and set your takeoff trim, because it will lean one to the left or to the right depending on where the wind is coming from. And you also have to watch it on landing too, okay? And so that will be all for now. And yeah, let me know, like I said in the comments, if you've flown this plane before, you know, and what you think about it. And if you have any questions, just ask. I might be able to answer it, maybe, because I'm going to be flying this plane more. And if you're not already subscribed, you may want to consider subscribing, because I'm going to be doing a lot more Flight Sim 24 content. I mean, because, you know, it's good stuff. It's Flight Sim 24. What's there not to like, you know? Other than a few minor bugs here and there, you know, they have them. But it's not stopping me from enjoying this plane, this sim or this plane or any other planes. Okay, so yeah, I do plan on doing another video. It will be about the flight planning and things like that, and I'm going to do an actual flight in that video. But we will leave it here. So thanks for watching, and until next time, bye for now.